Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa back at it with some Destiny. Okay, guys, in this video, I want to talk about the new raid, Wrath of the Machine, which will be coming 3 days after Rise of Iron drops on that Friday. There was a recent Game Informer article where they interviewed the designers of the raid. And I wanted to give you a scope of kind of what we're going to face in this raid, but also compare it to our past raids. And more importantly, I really want to get your feedback and also give you my opinions on the whole thing, because you guys know me, I love raiding. All right, first off, let's talk about King's Fall. If you've noticed, if you've been with me for a while, I've never done King's Fall with any subscribers, okay? Now, Vault of Glass and Crota's End, I used to do with subs all the time. It was one of my favorite things to do, was to go through it with subs. One of the things with King's Fall was that it was just so mechanic heavy, and not that that's a bad thing, but then again, I'm looking for your feedback here. I loved King's Fall. It's definitely one of my favorite raids. I would say probably my favorite one. But at the same time, it limited me as, say, a content creator slash streamer, whatever you want to call me, okay? It just left it for me to only want to do it with my friends, because I always felt that King's Fall was one of those raids that if you have one weak link, I mean, and I'm sure there's going to be a number of you in the comment section that you soloed it, you 3-manned it, you 4-manned it. Okay, that's good for you, okay? I couldn't with my friends, okay? We had a hard enough time sometimes doing it with all 6 of us, okay? We would try to take a few friends through and sometimes have to wipe a number of times, but not with Crota's End and not with Vault of Glass. Very mechanic heavy, and I feel like if we were taking people on, everyone had to know their placement, how to jump, how to grab the relic, especially for the later parts when it comes to Daughters and Oryx. Not so much War Priest and Golgoroth, those are fairly easy. However, let us backtrack and let's talk about the Vault of Glass, because in this article it's pretty apparent that the creators of Crota's End are the ones who are making Wrath of the Machine. Now, the Vault of Glass, to me, I liked it, but at the same time, it felt a little bit on the lengthy side. And plus, I was too burnt out on the middle section of swapping characters and getting nothing every week, but that has nothing to do with the discussion. The key factor with the Vault of Glass, back when it was the raid, okay, I'm not talking about after Crota's End, after House of Wolves, so forth, when you could just burn through Atheon. I'm talking about at the time, it was pretty much about your level. If you weren't up to level, and I know for me, I was one of those forever 29s when it first came out. If you were under-leveled, you had a tough time. Or if you had a whole fire team that was under-leveled, it was a tough time. I mean, we spent hours on it. Lots of frustration in terms of killing Atheon when we were all under-level. Now let's skip to Crota's rear end, okay? And I'm going to go on the record that for the longest, and to me, it almost rivals King's Fall in terms of my favorite raid. Now, hold on, hear me out. It's not so much the mechanics and how quickly you burn through it. It's more the vibe, it's more the music, it's more the look. I'm a sucker for the moon. I've always said from day one, the moon's my favorite destination. I wish we would go there more often. I just love the look of it. For me, in terms of mechanics, I love the sword, okay? Loved it. And when Crota Hard came out, man, we spent hours trying to kill him, It was really, really difficult at first, okay? And I love the sword mechanic. And it's true, okay, you could have a 1 week, maybe 1 or 2 weak links in it. But for the most part, it was a damage-focused type of raid. So there's kind of 2 schools of thought, okay? You got your mechanics heavy, which would be King's Fall, and then Vault of Glass, and especially Crota's End, is more action and damage dealing. So I'm going to read some of this verbatim, but in this Game Informer article, they're saying Wrath of the Machine is going to closely mirror Crota's End and Vault of Glass, that the higher light level players are going to have a much easier time with this. So straight from the developers' mouths, it will be possible for players to overlevel past the Wrath of the Machine base recommendation and have an easier and easier time. Whereas the King's Fall was always a challenge because players needed to execute specific roles. So in a nutshell, Wrath of the Machine is going to put a greater emphasis on how much damage you could do, i.e. your level. So it kind of sounds like it's going to be a Crota's End. Now, some of my concerns, and obviously this is why I'm making this video, is I want to hear your concerns. Is this going to be as short as Crota's End? Part of me liked that it could burn through it on 3 characters really quick on reset day. Part of me didn't like it. I didn't spend enough time with my friends. King's Fall, because it was so long, that was some hella bonding experiences. Again, I'm sure you guys would do the same thing with your friends if you are one of those raiders. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I'm hoping it's not as short as Crota's End. I'm okay with it being more of a damage-focused type of raid and not totally mechanics. Ideally, I would like a mix of both, you know, kind of do it, well, make light and level important, but then at the same time, have mechanics make it important, but not to the point where it's taken 8 to 10 hours. That's one of the things they did say in this article, is they don't want people spending 8 hours in there just to complete the raid. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you excited about this? Do you want it to be a more damage focused and not mechanics focused? Are you hoping that it's as short as Crota's End? Me personally, as much as I like Crota's End and I liked how fast it was because I just wanted that damn loot, I don't want it to be as short as Crota's End. I don't want it to be as long as King's Fall, but at the same time, I do want that bonding experience. And also, I do want to play it with subs. I want to do sub night. As much as I'm going to do private match, PvP, beat up on Sean night, I want to do raid night with subs. I mean, that's a fun thing to do, especially once my characters start getting higher and higher levels. My friends, 2 of my friends could Sherpa people who have never been through it. So you know, in some aspects, I do kind of like that it is damage focused and not so much mechanics. Ideally, I'd like to see a raid that's got both. I mean, how cool is that? Why can't we get a raid that's both? Why does one team have to make one that's solely focused on damage, one that's solely focused on mechanics? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. And Babble Mode's been engaged this whole video. You guys know I never script any videos. Drop a like at this video only if you see fit. Follow me on the Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream. Usually on YouTube, sometimes on Twitch. And that's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.